There's a road that runs about a mile above one of the most densely populated valleys in the country. It's called the Rim of the World Scenic Byway, and it sits high in the San Bernardino Mountains. Below you is the Los Angeles Basin, spread out like a map. And it's worth a ride. It was May 22nd, 2024. I had spent the last few days riding through the deserts of Nevada and through Death Valley and Joshua Tree National Parks. Desert riding is alien and beautiful, but I was ready for a change of scenery. I climbed up to Big Bear Lake from Lucerne Valley. It was steep and twisty and a lot of fun. And I rode along the north shore of Big Bear, through a fair bit of construction before things opened up. And I didn't know it then, but along that shoreline, a pair of bald eagles, Jackie and Shadow, made their nest. A year after this ride, I'd discovered their webcam and become a little obsessed with watching them incubate their eggs and send their eaglets off into the world. Some places leave traces on you in ways you don't even realize until later. The Rim of the World Scenic Byway runs a total of 107 miles, along the crest of the San Bernardino Mountains, through the National Forest, and reaches elevations of just over 7,000 feet. Heading west from Big Bear Lake, I was on the mountain side of the road. The clouds let you know that you're up pretty high, but the road is wide and well-maintained and well-marked. It's not super technical, and there are no massive drop-offs to give you white knuckles. I think heading east might have felt different. That's the valley side, the exposure side, the cliff side. But heading west, it feels open and generous, a road that wants to be ridden. On a clear day, they say you can see all the way to the Pacific Ocean. It was a beautiful day, but I guess not clear enough to see the full 75 miles. It's about 30 miles from Big Bear Lake to the junction of Route 138, and this is the main stretch of the Rim of the World, and it's the most open and scenic. And so I'm going to stop talking for a few minutes and let you enjoy the ride in silence. At the junction with 138, you have a choice to make. You can stay on 18 and head south into San Bernardino, or you can take 138 down the north side of the mountain towards Silverwood Lake. And that's what I did. It's completely different from riding along the ridge. The forest closes in and the road tightens up. Shorter views and tight twisties down a steep descent, about 2,000 feet in about 20 minutes. It requires some serious concentration. And so I'll leave you again to experience this amazing stretch of twisty forest road. As I approached Silverwood Lake, the road began to level out and open up again. And after a few more miles, I was dropping into Cajon Junction and crossing Interstate 15 at the end of a long day's riding. The Pacific Crest Trail goes right through here. A different kind of traveler, on a different kind of journey. But the same impulse, I think. But this ride wouldn't be complete without talking about connections. You see, 2 weeks later, and roughly 1,000 miles north, I checked into a hotel in Florence, Oregon. I was chatting with a young man at the front desk. We got to talking about motorcycles, about travel, and about where we were each from. He mentioned that he'd grown up in Southern California and had recently graduated from the Rim of the World High School. I'd ridden right past it. He was surprised that I knew where it was, and I was surprised that the world had just handed me that moment. But maybe I shouldn't have been. That's what long road trips like my Grand Detour do. I rode 112 days and 18,000 miles on this trip. The places I've been don't just become memories. They leave traces of themselves on me. Weeks later, months later, even years later. Wherever people are from, there's a good chance I've ridden somewhere nearby. Maybe I've been through their town, crossed their mountain, stopped at a diner on their road. And that's a connection I couldn't have with them any other way. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of Southern California and the roads of my grand detour, I'll put a link at the end and in the description. Until the next ride, be safe, be curious, and keep meandering.